Welcome back to another episode of The Last Game Hunter, and today we're going to look at a security camera. Now, I don't normally do security cameras or anything like that on the show, but I've been using one of these for over a year now, and I wanted another one for the backyard, and this is one incredible security camera. So saying that it's an incredible security camera, well, I'm going to have to put my mouth where I said it. Set it where my mouth is. Anyway, back to reality. So this camera is made by Zumimall. Now, I know that name sounds a little odd. Is it good? I mean, these are just these brands from overseas, whether it was made in China or wherever it was made. But I took a gamble on it a little over a year ago. And I do have it in my Amazon affiliate store. So if you are looking for a security camera and at the end of this review you think this is a winner, by all means, it'll help the channel out. It'll be a link down below. But anyway, this camera, why it was so big of a gamble for me is, one, this is a camera that requires no power. Requires no power? How the heck does it... How it works is there's a solar panel included. So there's a model without a solar panel and a model with. Now the price has come down on this so much that the solar panel model is the only model, in my opinion, to buy. You don't need to worry about routing wires or running wires. You basically mount the solar panel where it is a safe bet that you're going to get a good charge, and it USB, micro USBs into the bottom of the camera with a seal so there's no leaking or anything like that happening, and it continuously charges the lithium-ion batteries that are built into this unit. Now, on the initial charge, what I did was I charged up the original camera in the house and then plugged it in. So there was numerous things that could affect this camera and why this could be a very bad idea. One of them, of course, is we live in Canada, or I live in Canada, and I'm in a very cold section. So I'm on the Canada-New York border. And on the Canada-New York border, we're on the water here. So there's a, the St. Lawrence River goes through our area, and we get dumped on. We get a lot of snow in this area, and it can get pretty damn cold. So, well, how did it get through a winter? Well, it got through a winter really well. I had no issues with it. Now, a couple doors down, one of my buddies owned the Ring package. His cameras did okay in the winter, but his Ring doorbell did not. He had glitching and problems and battery issues. I thought I was going to get the same problems with this Zumimall. I did not. So, hey, I had to buy another one. So I'm going to open this up, take a look at it, show you guys what comes with this camera, and then we're going to get into a little bit more what features it has and what it does. And I gotta say, like, I don't normally buy something twice unless I really, really like it. And I am not affiliated with them. I am not sponsored by them. The only thing that I have, of course, is the Amazon affiliate link, and that's it. So I'm doing this because I fell in love with this camera, and I thought I'd share it with you guys because I think it was very important, because today security cameras are getting more and more and more popular, and of course cheaper. The question is, what is good and what isn't? Now, I've done reviews for Amazon for some cheaper cameras that I thought would be a great idea, and they worked really well, but they required power. This little bad boy doesn't. So let's get right to it. I can't find my good old faithful blue right now to open this up, so I'm going to use a screwdriver. There we go. It's only to get that dang it plastic off. Now, another couple things with this, it comes with some really nice software, and I'll show a couple screenshots of that. The software, you can record right on the fly if you want to, so if you want to have something's going on, but you don't want to go searching for it later, because this will mark and tell you where events have happened. In other words, anything that had motion or anything that was near you, it'll actually do a marker line on your video. So you can actually go back to marker lines and not have to go searching and browsing. You can actually marker line events that happened and find out what really happened during those event lines, which is really cool. Another thing is the pressing record feature right there on the spot and then sending it to wherever. You can also do cloud with this product. Little bit hard to get off there, wouldn't it? All I had to do is a little shaky. So, Zumimall. Honestly, the name really deterred me. It really did. And after I went through this, I had a chat with Zumimall. I did contact them, checking to see, of course, if there was anything out there. What other products do they have? What could I, possibly do? They do doorbells and so on. So I'm probably going to try and get one of those. Right now, I haven't found them on Amazon, so I'm talking to them to see if they have a link or something they can send me to where I can buy it. And again, I'm not asking them for anything free. I'm not affiliated by them in any which way or form. I just felt like this was important because as where times get weirder and the malhair, I call it malhair. Get it? Malware, hair, malhair? I don't know. The malware going on in the world and people with bad malhair. It's nice to film those people. No, I'm just kidding. But the bottom line is we don't know what's going to happen. People get a little more desperate. And they cross barriers they shouldn't cross. Like, for example, come on your property, steal a kid's bike, or whatever the case may be. Now, I'm in a pretty good neighborhood, and I'm also not going to show too much of outside because then you'll know where I live, and that's not really cool because, like, I don't want no paparazzis or anything because I'm so damn famous. Reality check on that one. So, warning, do not charge the camera in the environment below 0 degrees Celsius. Now, that was a very big warning for me. It's a donut. Anybody got a donut? That was one thing I was worried about, the cold, right? We do get below zero sometimes, well, a lot. And it said don't charge. Now, the unit's charging itself in the winter via solar panel. I think the solar panel doesn't hurt the batteries because in a simple sense, it's a trickle charge. My Sonic the Hedgehog coaster that was custom made for me by a vendor in one of the, remember when we could actually go to video game swaps? I don't know how it is everywhere else in the world, but we're having issues here in Ontario, and that's why I have malhair. And what's happening is basically we're on lockdown still, technically coming out of lockdown right now, but nothing's really open. Like I cannot go get my malhair cut or anything like that. So there's a lot going on still here in Ontario. I hope you guys are enjoying or having a better time. My throat's just dry. Very sorry, people. I have to drink a Timmy's. And if you don't know who Tim Hortons is and you're not true Canadian, well, I guess not all my viewers are Canadian, are they? But Timmy's would be your equivalent to Dunkin' Donuts. In my opinion, better. I always got time for Tim Hortons. Definitely not a sponsor. So that was the thing that bothered me. 0 degrees, do not charge. Now, I was, like, again, worried about that, but during the winter, it charged perfectly fine. Never had any glitches with the product whatsoever. It always continued to work for me. So, in the end, no worries there whatsoever. And, I mean, most people are going to be in a better climate than I am, so you're not going to have any issues whatsoever. So when you're opening it, you're greeted with a lifetime warranty card. That's right. If you're not satisfied or whatever, then you need tech support. They got everything here on the back. So hold on to your box, or at least that card, and go from there. Again, never had a problem yet. And the reason why I'm doing this review now is I've actually had the product, like I said, over a year. It's been running. It went through a whole summer, a whole winter, and now going through a summer again. And I've had no issues whatsoever. So I figured, hey, I can really relate and say this product is great. A lot of times when you do a review, one of the biggest problems are, of course, you're reviewing a product at that point in time, which it worked. It worked perfectly great. And you say the item is great, but you have no long-term value to it. I can't tell you that this remote control here for my 5-speed fan, or 6-speed fan, 6-speed fan, is going to work tomorrow. But during my review, it did. So, really hard. Well, with this product, I can actually say that it's been over a year. I'm happy. Zumimall manual is your next greeted thing. You're going to want to go through your manual because as a first person setting it up, you need to read stuff. The second thing you're greeted with, of course, there's your wire, there's your micro USB. Now, at first, I was kind of like, oh, why couldn't it be USB-C? But at the same time, I find that the micro USB is just fine as you're going to plug it in and leave it alone. So you're not unplugging or plugging it back in. So It's cheaper to use this connector in the end. And I mean, moving forward, who knows? Maybe all the products will have USB-C. But at the point in time, it is cheaper. It's a standard that these solar panels have pretty much been using. Because who knows who actually makes these solar panels? Zumimall may, I hope I say that right. And if Zumimall, you guys are watching, please don't make fun of me. Or make fun of me, whatever. So you get a really nice solar panel here. And it has a screw-in mount here. Because it does come with a mount for that as well. There's two mounts. One for the camera and one for, I guess I should take it out of here because it's, yeah. So one simple, very simplistic mount. You screw it on basically here, and there you have your, basically, I guess I probably should, anyway, you get the idea. Screws on, you mount it, you screw it in, screw your panel back on, and you have your solar panel catching the light like it would be right now. If I go like this, look at all that light, look at it. So it catches the light, and I thought, such a small panel. There is no way that panel's going to keep that camera charged. I gotta say, I've never been without camera. Anytime I check it, it's working. There's no issues whatsoever. And you can actually set it to actually alarm you and stuff too, which is really, really cool. I don't really look at that. I go back on it, like if there's some problems, or some weird thing had happened, or drop stuff like that, and you want to know where you dropped it because it was in the driveway. I don't know. So here's the mount. Actually, yeah, that's the mount I use for the camera. So there's the camera mount. Very simple. It actually has a twist piece right here, so you can mount this piece and put this piece on after. So they make it very simple. I'm very impressed with the way they did things. And of course, what I just dropped actually was just the screws and hold on. Basically, if you're putting in the drywall or something that doesn't have anything, just your little push fittings that screw into the drywall, anything like that. So then you're greeted with another bag of them. And then there is a charge cable, which I thought, huh, why the heck is it charge? But when you're inside the house for the first time, like I said, charge it up. Charge it fully before you go install it. And the reason for that is you have your maximum charge. It should not be discharging at a rapid rate after that because the solar panel will take care of it. So don't have it go out there, hook it up, and then have your solar panel do all the work. Show you how nice the packaging is. Its packaging is really, really nice. Now we're going to pull out the camera itself, the Mac Daddy. You're greeted with a pull-off film. Oh, there's nothing like pulling off brand new stuff now, is there? Okay, so that's out of the way. So this was really cool. It looks like a robot from Star Wars. Remember the Star Wars movie? And I don't know. I'm just a bit of a weirdo. But anyway, it looks like that. Another thing you'll notice here too is the IR. There's just one big IR. And it's also the sensor, right? So the IR is right here. The sensor's right here. And I got to tell you, in the dark, just as clear. Black and white, but just as clear as day. So I got to be very impressed overall with it. And that's the reason why there's another one. So on the bottom, we'll start with the back. So here's your two Wi-Fi antennas, because of course this is wireless. At the back here, we have a screw in here for your mount. So you can mount your product however you wish, and it's all completely mobile until you lock it. And on the bottom, so we have a speaker. That's right. Why is there a speaker? Oh, that's because on your software, you're able to tell someone to get the F off your property. And if you're one of my buddies down there in Texas, that's right, John, Complete Technology Solutions, he could yell at him and warn him that he's got a salt gun, and he's going to go out and pop a salt gun cap on him. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, on the bottom, you do have a speaker. So the speaker, and it is loud. You know how many times my wife was coming home with the dog, and I said, get the beep off my property, or just something stupid, and she'd be like, you're embarrassing. You could do that. You can embarrass your wives, people. Just buy this to embarrass your wife. Really cool feature. On the back here, oh, another thing, let's say Amazon's dropping off, because this one camera that I have installed out there now actually is at the door area, so it covers my driveway, and very good wide angle lens. I can see about 3 or 4 houses down that way, and about 3 or 4 houses down that way. The lens on this is absolutely phenomenal. So on the bottom here, you have your buttons for setup, power, and so on. And then you have your micro SD, or your micro SD for recording. So I put a 32 gig in the one outside, And that's just if I want to record to the unit directly, just to have that extra safe space. It'll record to my phone, it'll record to my device, and if you want, you can record to the cloud. I think there might be a fee for that, so I don't bother with that one whatsoever. Your micro USB. Now, when I was saying that the rubber covers it, so what happens is this rubber, when it goes back on, make a liar of me. Okay, so like this, there's a little tip down right here. You plug in your micro SD, or your micro SD, your micro USB, and it's perfectly safe because now your camera's up like this. There's nothing going to get in there, and all the weather it's been through, my camera is exposed completely. I have not had an issue with it. So, and that is the reason for this review. So guys, if you are looking for an amazing product, and I think this is only like $110 Canadian right now, so it's under $100 USD. Again, I'll have a link affiliating to Amazon.com and Amazon.ca down below. If you are looking for something like this, I swear by it, it works really well. So anyway, moving on, this camera has stood the test of time for over a year now, so went through all of the seasons, sort of from hot as hell to cold as hell, because we get extremely hot here. And I mean, we get, we can hit 40s, 40 degrees Celsius here. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit right away, but we hit 40s easy, and the humidity here is disgusting. So anywhere from 30 could feel like 40 and so on. The camera has survived the heat. The camera has survived the cold. There's nothing more I can say other than this is just a damn good camera. Thanks for watching, guys. If this is for you, great. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I'll be glad to answer anything as I have used this myself. Again, when you are going through this setup, please, it's very simple to set up. Just follow the instructions, okay? You won't be let down. It works perfectly fine. You set up your account for Zumimall, and that is just so that you have only access to that camera, nobody else. You are secure. Thanks for watching. Game over.